I want to say thank you for the invite yesterday, and I felt amazing when I left here. Victor V, tell everybody what you're doing and who you are, how you get started.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Victor Valdovinos. I'm the owner of APE Recovery out here in the West Valley. We offer different recovery modalities to athletes and non-athletes, from compression for arms, legs, hips. We have infrared saunas, steam tents, Epsom salt hot tub, cold plunges, red light, cupping, TENS units, compression, stretch therapy, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no doubt. So when we were talking yesterday during my visit here, you were telling me that you were in the mental health field.
Yes, I worked for behavioral mental health in the behavioral mental health field for close to 7 years before I transitioned to wellness.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of boldness going on here because, first of all, to pick that field to work with mainly kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me yesterday you saw some stuff that kept you up at night.
Yeah, it's the behavioral health field is very difficult. I work 100% kids, so for the kids that are in that system, they've either gone through trauma or have a diagnosis that led them to qualify for the services that I provided. Also, the families, right? So the people connected, the adults connected to these kiddos, it's not easy.
Right.
Let it be family, or a lot of them sadly did not have family. They were wards of the state, or they were in a group home. So the group home staff had to carry the weight of supplying day-to-day support for these kiddos, right? And then us, the workers, we saw and went through a lot of things. That's why the behavior health field, when it comes to male staff, I believe the number is 1.5 years. The length of time that a male will work in behavior health.
1.5 years.
1.5 years.
18 months.
18 months. Yeah, so by my second year there, I was one of the most tenured male staffs in an agency of over 500 people.
Why?
Because no man wants to get up and get spit at, kicked, wants to deal with everything that comes with individuals going through behavior and mental illness.
Wow.
So I had a lot of guys that would be like, dude, I'd rather go work construction now.
It was easier.
It's easier, 100%. You know what I mean? I mean, guys that are going to listen to this, know, when you take care of your kids, sometimes it gets tough. You say, hey, I'd rather go back to work. You know what I mean? Then I actually have a little joke when guys come visit the shop, and usually, we see a lot of moms bring their athletes. I get uber excited when I see dads bring their athletes because I think having that male role model is so important, right? But when, I'll have dads come in after I haven't seen them for a bit, and they're like, oh, well, I'm on a babysitting duty. I'm like, no, dude, it's not called babysitting duty. It's called being a dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's so difficult, you know what I mean?
It is.
To be with your own kids, let alone go and provide caring, and that's what I call them, caring services for other kiddos that are experiencing trauma,
My sister's a child life specialist back in Michigan, Detroit area, Western Michigan. I was back there in June last year, and I sat her down, mic'd her up like I'm micing you up, and she works with these kids in a hospital setting.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her flat out, who are you working with? She said, we're working with young kids that are extremely challenged by mental health issues. Then I asked her what the youngest patient was she had on her watch that tried to commit suicide.
Yes.
And she told me. My jaw hit the floor. So I'm going to ask you, how old do you think, first of all, what do you think she told me? And then what's your experience with the youngest child that tried to kill himself?
I think she'd probably say the age of 4. And the youngest kiddo that I worked with that was experiencing suicidal ideation would probably be first grade. What age is that? First grade, so around 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She told me 5.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you've seen this.
Yeah.
I didn't know what suicide was at 4 and 5 years old.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, not to call you old, you didn't have social media, you didn't have YouTube.
Yeah.
So now a lot of these kids, and this is huge. So parents, please do not just leave your kiddo with a cell phone or the iPad in their room all day. That is one of the most horrendous things that you can do to your child, because you're like, oh, they're safe. They're just in the room. They're on their device. No, they're not. There's so much negativity that comes with these things. Well, this is one of the, you know, best technological advances. It could set your family back so
I
much.
agree.
Yeah, because I have access to YouTube. And one thing that I noticed, I was working with a family once, and kiddo was, I want to say, fifth, sixth grade, experiencing suicidal ideation. They were twins, twin brothers. They were both in the program.
Mm-hmm.
They both experienced behavioral and mental illness, and it was during COVID, 2020. And that's where we saw a spike
Yep.
of suicidal ideation, people experiencing depression, individuals experiencing, suicidal ideation, self-injurious behaviors, and so on. And it was because they were locked up with their device.
Devices.
Now, the videos that these kids would watch, while they would seem good or okay on the outside because it was cartoons,
Right.
it was cartoon figures.
Yeah.
I would sit with them in the room and I would watch some of these. And some of these cartoon stories that were made by, not by like Walt Disney, because on YouTube, remember, you can upload anything on YouTube.
Sure.
Anybody can become a creator. On TV, you can't.
Right.
On YouTube, you can.
Yep.
It'd be normal people putting these adult themed stories in cartoon form.
Oh, man.
And these adult themed stories had to do with losing a friend in a car accident. Now you're at a bar drinking. And I would watch this with these kids, and it was cartoon figures acting all these things out.
Yeah.
You lose your friend in a car accident, you're at a bar drinking, you lost your job, you get home, your wife's cheating on you, then you shoot yourself. And I'm like, I watch this, I'm like, dude, what are we doing? They're like, oh, it's just the channel we watch. And of course, the next slide would be, or the next,
Video.
would be something more child friendly.
Yeah.
But then 3 videos down would be another cartoon where, oh, my girlfriend left me, my heart is broken, I'm gonna kill myself. So kids get access. Like you said something, you said, I've never heard about suicide when I was that age. Well, that's already registered in kids' minds at such a young age.
Yeah, right.
So, like, I think of it like this. If your mom tells you, hey, go grab us the Cowboys coffee mug from the kitchen, you're like, Mom, we don't have one. You don't have access to it. But if it's there,
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, now we have access to the Cowboys coffee mug that Mom asked me to go get. The same thing with these thoughts of hurting oneself. If it's in your mind because you've seen it play out in a cartoon or in a video or whatever, then it's there already.
Yeah.
And parents will say things like, I've never, right, when we talk to parents and I'd be like, hey, your 6, 7, 8-year-old experiencing suicidal ideation, but we've never watched anything or we've never spoken to them about this or nobody in our family has experienced this. Well, they have YouTube.
Right. It's all out there.
All out there.
Man, so let's switch gears a little bit, because after you did that for how long?
Close to 7 years.
7 years. So you were like, you're like a veteran, because
100%.
if the average length is 18 months, you were 7 years. You're like a nomad.
I was the most tenured male staff my last 3.5 years there. The most tenured staff.
Okay, so
male staff.
Male staff. Now you opened this place up here.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why did you go from that to this? How did you go from that to this?
Okay, so a lot of things happen as well. I think that like anything in life, there's some things that we fall into, like what you're doing right now. You didn't choose this. It chose you.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
It chose you. And that's, I think, how we find out our calling in life. I truly believe in callings in life, right? I myself am an individual of faith. I believe in God. So I believe that there's things that we're called to do, right? You don't just live life to live life. There's things that we got to do. And one of the most noblest things that we can do, or one of the most noble things we can do, is find callings or callings that find us where we benefit others.
Right.
The life I live is not just for benefit of self. I have a wife. I have my kids. I love them. I have my family. I have my friends. And then we have this super cool community here at APE Recovery. But when I was working for the state, one of the ways that I would begin to, when I was working in behavioral health for the state, one of the things that I would begin to do to cope with stress, I didn't drink.
Yep.
I didn't smoke. I didn't dabble into drugs. I overate.
Oh, you're eating.
So
That was your vice.
Wendy's, McDonald's, late night,
Yeah.
especially during 2020. I was one of the, I'd say, less than 100 people in our whole agency continued working because a lot of people were able to take time
A
off
leave,
and get
yeah.
the leave and get
Right,
paid.
right,
We
right.
chose to work because we saw the need. So we were there
Gotcha.
still working. So COVID was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Such a traumatic time for everyone.
Right.
So I just ballooned up to 333 pounds.
Like Goggins.
I was 333 pounds. Right now, I'm at a 250, and I'm still working. I'm still working. But I'll send you the pictures. You can post them in the video. Okay. People can see them. Yeah.
Wow.
So I started visiting different recovery places. I listen to people. I think that you do as well. David Goggins, Jocko Willink, and Jocko Willink in one of his podcasts said something that really intrigued me. He said, "When you tire the body, you rest the mind." And I was having a lot of issues with my mind because I'm a very caring individual, and while a lot of people say, "Hey, what you do is work, and once you clock out, leave it there," I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was working with kids, I was working with families, and I really cared for them. That's just like this at the shop. I care for people. It's not just another number. It's just not another kiddo. I listen to them. I hear their stories. I hear their backgrounds. I hear their own personal struggles. With a lot of them, I identify a lot of kids that come in from parents that went through divorce. A lot of kids that come in with Latino backgrounds, a lot of kids that are coming from low income, like everything that I experience, I identify with these kids. You know what I mean? So I'd take that heaviness with me, and there's a lot going on in my mind. Sometimes I had to get down on myself and be like, what change am I really making? Like, I worked with these kids 11 months, 12 months, and then everything's well. They check all the boxes to graduate the program, but then 6 months later, I hear that they regressed again. Yeah. And it would just break my heart because there was so many cases, there is so much need. There is so many cases out there. There's not enough people to fill the spots to supply the need and services that these kids need.
It's true.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So McDonald's late at night, all these fast food chains became my go-to, the way that I would cope, that I would get through it. I ballooned up in weight. Then I started hitting the gym. Little by little, I started going back, small steps. And I heard something very inspirational for anybody out there that's going back to the gym. I think it's beneficial, not just for the self-care of your body, but also the self-care of your mind.
Yeah.
While you're out there sweating, while you're out there struggling to lift those dumbbells, there's something happening in your mind. And I think there's a rest. There's a reset. And as I was doing that, I just started experiencing, this was already, I'm 36 years old. This was when I was like 29, 30, 31. And I started experiencing this extreme fatigue. My muscles weren't bouncing back.
Wow.
I'd squat on a Monday and I'd be sore till Friday. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So then I started hearing about cold plunging. And I mean, I did ice baths in high school, right? We all did a little bit of that. And I started hearing about like compression therapy, and I started hearing about red light, and I started hearing about infrared saunas.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and at that point, I want to say there was less than 10 or 11 recovery spots in Arizona.
Wow.
None in the West Valley, right? We're coming to you guys from Goodyear, Arizona, which is far out west. So I would travel. Right? I live out in Buckeye, so I would travel out to North Glendale, Anthem, Ahwatukee, Mesa, and I started visiting all these different spots. And at first I thought it was a placebo effect. And I spoke to a therapist on staff with us, one of my buddies.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, do you really think that this is working for me? And then he said, tell me what are you doing? And tell me, how do you feel after? And I said, hey, I don't know what the scientific proof is. I haven't really looked into it, of cold plunging and doing all this recovery stuff, which there is scientific proof. He said, dude, even if it's a placebo,
it works.
For positive, it's good. Right. Keep on doing it.
Yeah.
So, dude, it changed. It changed a lot for me, like physically. And then I started dunking my head after my cold plunges, and it was just the endorphins. I would begin my day with it as well. I'd find places that would open up early, and I'd go do a cold plunge. Or if I was having a difficult day, I'd do a drop-in session during my shifts, and then go back. But one thing I've noticed, when I start my day with a cold plunge, which I do it 3 to 4 times a week, everything's easier. Because you were in there, and you know how challenging it is, right? It's just cold water, but it's challenging.
It is challenging. If somebody's listening right now, he sees the IG post and the people talking about this, what are the biggest benefits tell them what the biggest benefits are, because we're seeing it. We're seeing it all over the place. What's actually happening in the body?
So with all the different therapies that we have here, therapeutic modalities that we have here at APE Recovery, it's all to bring down inflammation.
Right.
Bring down inflammation in the body. And there's a lot of ways that our body shows inflammation: bruising, tightness, cramping up, the cold, right? The compression, the squeeze, the red light. It's all for our bodies to bring down the inflammation. And inflammation happens from overuse. Kids that are uber athletic, that are playing sports year round, adults that are trying to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. Inflammation happens from fighting father time. As you know, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 95.
He's 95.
95 years
remember,
old.
When you were 85,
yeah,
when you were 75, when you were 65, when you were 55, as we regress every 10 years, it took less time to bounce back, right? It wasn't. Right now, your recovery time is not the same when you were in your 20s, right?
Sure.
And your 20s, you'd go out, do this, do that, wake up the next day, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Now you're like, dude, what's going on? I think I pulled my back trying to put my shoes on. Like, people will say that. Like, father time is undefeated.
Sure. But you can. I mean, you see Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, you can put up a fight.
I mean, 100%. This dude, I mean, you see him out there. I mean, he's jumping in these. I see him doing a lot of these posts, taking care of himself. He's one of the most fit dudes I know. And he's in his 50s.
Well, yeah, Mark Wahlberg actually has a quote that says, "Father time's undefeated, but I'm gonna go out swinging."
There you go.
And I love it. That's
right.
It.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And yeah, and even though, like, we all have an expiration date, I like to joke around. Keep on going, man. Keep on swinging. Keep on going. Yeah. So, what got me kind of into this is there was nothing like this in the West Valley.
Right.
Right now, I want to say there's a little bit under 80 shops. When I opened up, I was the first one in the West Valley from the 101 West.
Wow.
I was the first one Latino owned. And as much knowledge as I have, I believe that I am the first one owned by an individual from the community. And that was big for me.
Wow, good for you, man.
So we talk about mental illness, right? Yep. Behavioral health. The components, the modalities that we have here at APE Recovery are great healing tools.
Yeah.
They're not just for athletes, they're for non-athletes alike. I've had individuals walk in here that are from our fire department, our police department, military, veterans, and they all cold plunge. Yeah. And they all say that it's not just a great physical asset or mental.
Right. That middle, you have 3 tubs. I'm going to zip the camera around here in a minute, but I want to show you. You got 3 tubs over there.
Yes.
And what temperature going left to right?
So we got a 55 starter temperature. Nice, cool water. Feels kind of like jumping into your pool.
Yep.
In the cold months, we have one at 45. Okay. That's the one you were in yesterday.
Yep. So
that one, your hands will go a little cold. Your feet, your toes will feel
head.
There you go. And then we have the Pro, which is 38 degrees. Now, water freezes at 32.
32, 6 degrees above freezing.
Yeah, 6 degrees above freezing. Yeah, so we have different levels. A lot of people are very scared when they come in here because they hear the horror stories of, like, I heard somebody cold plunge and they felt they were having a heart attack. Well, we prep you, remember?
Yeah,
remember breathing. When the breathing is very important. And I told you yesterday, as long as they're breathing, we're okay. No matter what happens in life, as long as they're breathing, we're okay. You gotta breathe. You gotta breathe through it.
Is there, speaking of that, so have you heard of horror stories? Has anybody ever, maybe not your tubs, anybody jumping these tubs at 38 degrees and having a heart attack?
No. I haven't heard of or even seen there being like a registered fatality due to cold plunging. But I heard people say that it was one of the worst experiences in their life because they'll go to places where they're just, okay, it's just you in the tub.
Oh,
and you're like, what do I do? And they're like, well, you got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
20 minutes.
Or whatever it may be, right? You got 20 minutes in a room with a tub. Like, that's what you pay for. Yeah.
I got you, right.
So they're like, okay, what do I do? Or what? So here we prep you through it, right? We're walking you through it. You're able to ask questions.
Yeah.
What's this do? How do I do that? Or can I do this instead? We walk you through it. And I always start everybody that has little experience with cold plunging or says I've never done it before, starter temperature. When it comes to cold plunging, there's 3 important factors because people always jump to this. How long? Well, time's not the most important question we should ask. The most important first question is temperature.
Yeah.
Because 3 minutes at 55 is not the same as 3 minutes at 38.
No, it's not.
So,
Although I saw a girl get in here yesterday,
mhm.
she was in there for, wasn't she longer than 3 minutes or no?
She was like 4.5. Yeah.
Man, that was,
Yeah. So, first question when it comes to cold plunging would be temperature.
yeah.
Second question would be posture. So some people will only go to their breastplate.
Oh, gotcha.
Some people go to their belly button.
Yeah.
Some people go in kneeling and just get their
Legs wet.
Yes. Some people will just do their ankles.
Wow.
So it's different, right? You can't say
Sure.
somebody that did 3 minutes at their ankles is the same as 3 minutes to your neck.
Oh, no.
Then next would be temperature.
Yeah.
Like what temperature? So you're telling me what would be the best cold plunge session for me? Anything from 41 to 45 degrees is good.
Okay.
That's temperature. Time, 2 to 4 minutes, depending on the athlete,
Yep.
depending on the overuse, right, that the athlete puts on their body. Then the third question would be, what would be the perfect posture? And you want to be legs in, submerged, fully submerged
Shoulders.
to the shoulders.
That's where I was yesterday, in the middle
That's
one.
where you were, yep.
And how many minutes you had me in there for yesterday?
You did a little bit under 3,
Okay.
about 3 minutes.
I could have gone maybe 30 more seconds. I could have gone for 3 minutes.
But you know what's funny? Everybody says that outside the plunge.
I felt it. If he comes, because I've done that years ago.
Yes.
And I think my record was 3 minutes. So yesterday, I'm going to try to. I haven't done it in years, but I'm going to try to break my old record. And when you came in there the first time, you see, you got a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope he lets me go. I feel another whatever it was, 60 minutes, 60 seconds. So that was good. It was a good time.
And the success of your first cold plunge, for anybody out there, the success of your first cold plunge, don't judge it by how long you were in there. The judgment is that you did it.
Right.
If you did it, you were successful.
Yeah.
That's it. If you did your first cold plunge, because it's such a good tool. Like man, this whole conversation could go off the rails, but I'm so for us being able to find natural ways to restore and heal our
That's
bodies. Like medication has its place. Believe me, it has its place. I'm not gonna say like, no, medication is horrible. Yes, there's people that need medication. Doctors are good. I believe in American medicine. It has its place. But man, these machines, these bodies that we have are like magical.
Right.
Like we can really heal ourselves. If you're going through a difficult moment in your mind, like, and you're medicating, maybe try to find a good group of people to surround yourself with. Go outside, get some sunlight.
Proper diet. Man.
Yeah, proper diet. Look,
PhD, proper human diet.
Not even in what we eat.
Right.
What do you consume?
Yeah.
You could have a healthy diet, right? Veggies, meat, protein. But if you're consuming all this negativity as well through news,
yeah.
If the people you're around are always negative, if people that you're around are always, I call them energy vampires.
Sure.
Dude, that's gonna like kill your mojo. Like find a healthy community. Go out and get some sun. Cook a steak with some veggies. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Drink some water.
Right.
Oh, get 8 hours of sleep. Disconnect from this for a day, dude. Like,
right.
All of that'll help out. 100%.
For sure. Now here's something you told me yesterday, and I found this to be priceless. Your wife says something to you because you were in the mental health field, and then you started having ideas to open up a spa, like a place like this, recovery place like this, and you told that to the wife.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: how long after you first had that first idea, I think I might want to open something like this, did you actually let her share that with her?
So going back to me visiting different places, I kind of started getting things from each of them.
Yeah.
To kind of form my own. A lot of the places that I visited kind of had like an Eastern religious vibe. Some of them would have like different expressions of different religions.
Right.
And you know, I have nothing against them, but it was just my vibe.
Sure.
Some of them would have like incense burning.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't like incense. Like it makes me cough up.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
And so I started seeing different. Some of them would offer hot tubs. Some of them wouldn't offer it. Some of them would offer only one cold plunge at one temperature. Some of them would have two. And I'm like, man, it'd be cool to have different options. Like the things I would just think about as I'm doing.
How you would do it.
Yes. Even like compression station. I have people that come in here and they're like, oh, I've done the leg compressions before. And I'll ask them, have you done the hips and the arms? So like, wait, there's hips and arms?
No idea. Yeah.
No idea. Yeah. So we have everything here.
Nice.
We have all the sizes that they've released too. They have small sizes, big sizes. So like I was just like going to different places and kind of seeing, how beneficial. And I was also in a point of life where I wanted to transition out of behavioral health. Behavioral health was a beautiful season in my life. Like I really enjoyed serving um,
That
the community
yeah.
through that. Like I really did, but it was just becoming taxing.
Sure.
I got sent to the ER 3 times.
You had gone to the ER?
Yes, working with the kids that I worked with.
You mean physically or mentally?
Physically
They hurt
got
you?
sent to, yes. I was there was physical altercations.
Wow.
Where I had to intervene physically. Um, and I had things thrown at me, from a bowling pin to a radio hit my head,
Shit.
suffered a concussion. Like this is all documented. Um, so it's become very taxing physically and mentally. And even though I enjoy the field, I think that there's people out there that might listen to this and they have a job that pays very well, but it's kind of draining you. It's okay to take a break.
Yeah, right.
It's okay to take a
So
break.
why this raises a question, because you're walking into a setting with violent kids, right?
Mhm.
Disruptive kids. What did you say to some kid to make him throw a bowling pin at your head? Where did he throw it, at your head?
Yeah.
Okay, why did he throw a bowling pin at your head?
Well,
How's that go down?
yeah, so in the scenario that we're speaking of, it was just a kiddo that we're working with him in regards to his diet
Yeah.
and certain things that we have to take out of his diet, right?
Oh.
Because it affects his
His mood.
behavior.
Yeah.
But before things get better, sometimes they get worse. So as we're taking things out of the diet, kiddo becomes upset. Kiddo becomes very angry, and the way that he communicates that, it's through physical
Violence.
aggression. Yeah, like people think that communication is just us speaking. No, communications are actions.
You can say nothing, still communicate.
100%. So that's how he told us that he wasn't happy, by running to his room. Bad choice, that his mom had gifted him bowling pins. So that's what we got thrown at us.
At your head.
Yeah, he was just throwing them. It happened to be that my head was in the way.
The bowling ball.
Yeah.
So somebody listening right now needs to hear, what were you pulling on that kid's diet? What was that on that kid's plate that was get him to that point? Because food does affect the mood.
With him, it was Monster energy drinks.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. How old was a kid?
Yeah.
How old?
Under 18. Remember, they're all kids, so under 18. So we had to pull different things from their diet.
Let them know. I mean, you can't be feeding kids energy drinks.
I think it's just the
Red Bull.
I think the parents that are out there, it's not so much. I think good parenting is not do this, don't do that. Good parenting is follow what I do. So if there's something you don't want your kids to do, don't do it as a parent.
Right, like smoke, edibles,
whatever. Maybe
just be the role model.
That's what good parenting is. But I think a lot of us grew up in a do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
No, that's not good leadership in any facet. Let it be at the workplace, let it be at school, let it be in your own family. Like good parenting leads by example.
So your wife tells you, let's go back to the wife. Now you said one day, I'm going to share this idea with my wife.
Yeah.
Now you had no idea what she's going to say to you.
So like I said, I started seeing all these different recovery wellness spots all over. Started visiting. I visited over 15 of them.
Yeah.
And I started seeing the need for it out here in the West Valley. First of all, I wanted to open up a shop too because I didn't want to keep on driving out there. It was like a 30 to 45 minute trip to get there and then come back. So I was kind of struggling in the beginning because anybody that's wanting to take a big step and open up their own business, there's a little bit of fear. And the fear is, what if I fail?
Right.
So I was kind of bouncing back and forth. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fail? And that's like I think a lot of people, including myself, still. I'll admit that I struggle with that. I'm kind of a half empty.
Oh, gotcha. The glass is half empty
type of guy.
Pessimistic
in some ways.
Yeah.
But I cover pessimistic up. I say I'm just being careful.
Okay.
Cautious. What if bad things happen? What if bad things happen? But you can't always look at that like
right.
Because you could also say, what if good things happen?
That's right.
So I said, you know what? I have a mortgage. I have a kid. That's when I only had my first daughter. Now I have a boy. But I was like, I have my wife. I can't gamble our futures. Right? If it was me by myself, let's do it, dude. All in. But I was sitting up one day, couldn't sleep. My wife comes out. She's like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I told her, I want to open up this shop. We had kind of talked about it a little bit, and she said, "Do it." And I said, "What if I fail?" She's like, "You know what's worse than failing? It's like being 60 years old and thinking, what if?"
See?
And I was like, "Oh man, that like struck me to my core."
Right.
I kid you not. 2 weeks later, after she said that to me, 2 weeks later, I had already invested close to $15,000 in getting different modalities ordered. I'd already, like in 2 weeks after she said that, I'm already 15,000 in deep. I'm already applied for to register my business with the city.
Yeah.
To register my business and get my EIN number.
Yep.
Like the ball, as soon as he said that, I said, you know what? That's true. I'd rather do it and hey, it didn't work out.
Right.
Than be this old man thinking, what if?
What if? You know, that's priceless. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but his wife told him, what if you don't? He goes to the wife and says, what if I fail? And she says, what if you get to be older in years and look back and say, I wish I would have done it. So I'm not sure if the mic picked that up or not, but that was priceless because I don't know how many couples have that support from their spouses.
100%.
Right?
And my wife is not involved in the day in, day out here at APE Recovery. I'd say less than 1% of the people know her.
But she gives you 1,000% support.
She is the backbone.
Yeah.
She is 100% the backbone. You know what I mean? I'm able to do this because she's at home. She's with our kids. She is 100% the support.
So the transition, because somebody listening right now says, man, I got to get off my ass. I got to make that move. I got to do what he just did. Somebody is where you were, and they're thinking the same thing. What if I fail? And your message to them is probably going to be,
what if you don't? Like, what if you succeed? And the thing is, whatever it is you want to do, there's going to be a point where you can't do it.
Right.
Where you're too old to do it.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So might as well give it a swing, right?
Right.
You miss every shot you don't take.
That's true, 100%.
You miss every shot you don't take.
What was the hardest part? Now, here you are leaving mental health, opening this. There's got to be a transition.
Oh, man.
Did you just give a 2-week notice, say I'm done?
No, I gave like a 3-month notice.
3 months.
Yeah.
And during that 3 months, were you working on getting this place up and running?
100%.
You were double dipping.
I was working. I was taxing my body. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Things that are worth it take hard work.
Yeah.
Take hard work. You know what I mean? The only place where we find reward before work is the dictionary. That's the only place, man. Like, in society right now, what happens is that we're all caught up on this social media lie because everybody posts
the highlight reels,
but not the background, not the behind the scenes, not the grinding, not the cleaning. I remember I was 6 months into opening. 6 months in.
Yep.
We're hemorrhaging money. Hemorrhaging money.
Wow.
My bills here at this shop are between 75 to 9,000 a month. A month. That's what people call it. That's my nut. That's like
to crack that nut.
You had to, yeah. That's to keep me afloat. That's to get out of red.
Right.
If I don't make that, I'm in red.
Yeah.
Right. Like right now, during summer times, it goes up because my AC bill, which my electric bill, is $1,500 minimum
a month.
A month.
Oh my God.
And it's going up. APS just sent us a letter that it's going up.
Oh my God.
But anyways, so I'm sitting here hemorrhaging money. Right. My savings is all in.
Yeah.
Because right now, doing the quick math, we have about 80,000 worth of machinery.
Yep.
Right, between the cold plunges, between our cryo spray, we have like 80,000 in this place. So my money's fully invested, right? Like people think like, oh, well, you just pay your rent, you just pay your insurance. No, I pay you just pay, your bills. No, we pay for our cameras, we pay our insurance. Like there's so many things that go into running a spot like this, and we're hemorrhaging money, dude. I'm 6 months in. On Saturdays, back then, we would open so right now we're open Monday to Thursday, 10 to 7, Friday, Saturday, 8 to 6. Back then, we used to be open Monday to Saturday, 8 to 8. And it's a Saturday, and I'm sitting right here looking out that window. It's about 7:30 p.m. I've been here since 7 a.m. because I would get here a little earlier.
Yep.
Nobody has walked in through the doors.
Not one person.
6 months in, I'm hemorrhaging money.
Shit.
And I'm looking outside, and what's there to greet me? That Taco Bell across the street. And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, dude, this can't be it. Like,
right.
I have to do something.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are stuck in a difficult situation and are thinking like, this can't be it. And that's a good thought.
Yeah.
Like, this can't be it. Things need to get better.
Right.
I need to make a change. I need to get on a diet.
Shift.
I need to work out. I need to put the cigarettes down. I need to talk to my kids. I need to ask for forgiveness. I need to accept forgiveness. I need to tell the girl that it was my fault. I need to, you know what I mean? Tell my boss that if he's going to give me more work, that he needs to pay me, whatever it may be. There's people that have these great ideas for self-improvement. But the issue is like me sitting here and thinking like this can't be it. I got to do something. Was a good thought, but good thoughts have no power if they never turn into action.
That's true.
So that moment, I went on my phone and I reached out to different coaches from local high schools.
Gotcha.
The first one ignored me,
Yep.
completely ignored me. We had a conversation and he was like, we're okay. Okay.
Yep.
The second one didn't pick up. Strike one, strike two.
Yep.
6 months in, 12-hour shift, 13-hour shift. Nobody's coming. Making these phone calls. It's about 8 o'clock. We're about to close down a day of business with zero business.
Yep.
The third answers me. Coach Marcus. He's the varsity coach at Maryville High School with his twin brother. Great guys. Marcus and Mark. He answers me.
Mm-hmm.
So accepting, so open to work, so
gracious.
Jumps on the idea.
Yeah.
That conversation was the catalyst of our success.
How about that, man?
Now, like, what do I measure success by? First of all, the business is still open.
Right.
That's a success. We're going to hit 3 years in January. I'm so thankful of the community that we have. We serve athletes from the youth level, kids, to high school, to college, to pros, NFL, NBA, UFC, Major League Baseball, all sorts of sports, jiu-jitsu, judo, karate, bull riding,
wow,
pro fishers, like our Google reviews. We have 400 Google reviews, all of them 5-star.
Nice.
Like, the community has really rallied behind us. But our success is that the service we provide, we've been able to support. I told you, we've been able to give back to community over $20,000.
20 grand.
Easy. We've supported over 40 different high schools.
Wow.
We've been able to sponsor, with the support of other businesses, close to 60 different athletes to come in and receive these services for free. These kiddos might be coming from low-income families,
Yeah, right.
Going through financial hardships. But the best thing for me is that our price. So let me break it down to you. Full access every day for 1 month for a student athlete, right? Because my thing is also like, yes, I understand adults need support, but if we really want to fix something in society, we got to start with the kids.
Right, where it all starts.
You got to start with the kids, right? A lot of our issues, we can go back, me and you, and say it started when we were kids, right?
Yep.
So if we're able to heal the children, then we're going to have healed adults.
That's right.
So our membership price here at APE Recovery, for full access to cold plunging, to compression, to saunas, to red light, to the hot tub, $69.99 a month for full daily access. That's $2.25 a day.
Wow.
Unlimited access.
Oh, yes, 9 quarters.
Yeah, yes, sir. 9 quarters. 9 quarters a day, full access. Now, let me tell you, and people are going to listen to this and be like, well, that's still $70. It's not the best price just in the West Valley.
Yeah.
It's not the best price in Arizona. It's the best price in the United States of America. There is no shop that offers that price with that access in the U.S.
It's amazing.
And we'll lay out the challenge, which we do. If you find a place that offers what we offer for a lesser price, you get a year for free.
Wow, that's
we've been open for almost 3 years. Nobody's been able to cash that in.
That's strong.
Nobody's been able to cash it in. It doesn't exist.
That's amazing, man. So 3 years into it now. What's been the biggest lesson those 3 years for you?
Keep going.
You don't stop.
Keep going.
Persistence is the key.
It's tough. Keep going. There's days that you're crying. Keep going. There's days that you feel, why am I even doing this? Keep going. There's days you can't get out of bed. Keep going. There's days that you're like, keep going. There's days where you're smiling, everything went well. Keep going. Keep going.
That's it, man.
That's what life is. It's a journey, right? Like, if I were to say, I'm not in the best shape, but if I were to tell you, I'm going to start walking today, my goal is to get to Austin, Texas. Time doesn't matter. What matters is if I keep going.
Persistence.
Persistence.
Persistence is the key. 100%. Somebody needs to hear that right now because they're thinking, man, I can't keep going. But you know, if you can't, you'll never make it if you stop.
100%.
Right?
100%.
And you may not make it if you keep going, but you're definitely not going to make it if you stop.
100%.
And your chances are a hell of a lot better by keep going.
To a single mom that's struggling with her kids and it's a tough day-to-day, keep going.
Yeah.
To the freshman athlete that he's sixth in the depth chart and he's trying his hardest, keep going. To the guy that opened up his business and says, man, we're hemorrhaging money, keep going. To the individual going through mental issues and every day is a battle, keep going.
I've been there.
It's the same with followers. Just
I had
keep
to
going.
keep going.
And look what you got.
Right.
You got to right here, because why? You kept going.
Kept going. 99% of me was trying to take myself out. When I had that gun in my hand, the pearl handle pistol, thinking about ending it all, I had to keep going. Otherwise, first of all, my son was my biggest why.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5 years old at the time. I would drop him off at school in the morning. Hand to God, I wasn't sure if I'd be allowed to pick him up. That's a sick feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And that went on for years. And I said, if I take myself out, who is he going to have? He's not going to have me. And that would be the 1% that I had to keep feeding over and over and over. When I had the gun, the knife, and the pills on standby for years, that was my go-to. Today's going to be the day. I'm going to take myself out today. Fuck no, you're not. You're going to keep going. And that's a conversation I had to have. That's why Be Fucking Bold came into existence, because I had to get fucking bold to keep going.
100%.
You know?
And a lot of parents are out there struggling and they say things like, I die for my kids.
Yeah.
How about you live for them?
That's right.
How about you live for them?
Live for your kids.
Yeah, like, I would take a bullet for my kid. Well, how about you get up and go work out for your kids?
For your kid.
How about you get a little bit more education so you can get a better job for your kids?
Be the example.
How about you disconnect from the unhealthy relationships you have for your kids?
Smart.
How about you eat better for your kids? You know what I mean? Like, live for them. Live for your kids. Because you know what? My grandpa said this. My grandpa's 82 years old.
Yep.
Had a conversation with him last time he was here. He said, you know what? Dying's easy. Living's hard.
Living's a challenge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't take much to die.
Right.
Doesn't take much effort.
Yeah,
But
just to live.
every day to live and to live for your children and try to be the best you can for them is difficult, but it's a great cause.
So now I like to always ask this, man. When was the boldest time you had to step up and stop or overcome what was trying to stop or destroy you? I always ask that question.
There's been many points in my life that I felt like defeated and deflated. Trying to pinpoint one, a recent one. Like a moment in my life, you're saying, right, that
You had to get bold. I mean, maybe even open this shop here. Open up the APE Recovery because.
well, going back to sitting here, 6 months in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and saying like, if I don't do anything, like, I'm not gonna make it.
Were you thinking about closing the door?
Oh, 1,000%.
Wow.
1,000%. Yeah, that's why I said, like, if nothing changes, and that's the thing, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Right.
Like, if this continues, like,
You're not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make it.
But you
So
didn't
you
quit.
have to get up, and like I said, that thought became action. And so people that are listening to this, and think like, man, I gotta get back to the gym. I gotta restore my relationship with mom. I gotta, do this or that. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Good thoughts are just good thoughts, and they're good thoughts, but they only go so far. They gotta turn into action. You gotta.
Action creates traction, man.
Yes. So yeah, that was a defining moment for my family,
Yep.
for the shop, for my community, for myself.
Marcus and Mark, Coach Marcus.
Marcus, man.
Did you let them know this?
Yeah, we have a great relationship. So they're not at the high school anymore that they were at. Now they're the head coaches at Maryville High School, where there was that tragedy a few weeks ago, right? Where one of the kiddos murdered another kiddo in class. So they're there. They're there, and people say coaching, but I like to also say serving the community.
Serving the community, right.
As we do as well. Yeah, they're good friends of mine. I appreciate them. I appreciate what they do for their community. I appreciate what they do for the state. Not just them, any coach, any adult that puts of their own time, talent, and treasure financially into our kids, dude. Like, I'm for you 100%. 100. Because I'll share this. So I grew up in this community here in Avondale. This is Goodyear, but Avondale's literally a street across. Poverty was around me. my family had moved here illegally from Mexico. They had immigrated from Mexico. Um, very difficult upbringing. You know, the government cheese, the box of food from the food bank was a norm in our
Right.
kitchen.
Yep.
Going out to eat to Burger King, Peter Pan Pizza once a month was a big treat. Um, your new shoes for your school year were your new shoes for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things like that, right? We didn't have a pet because we couldn't afford
For
a
the
pet.
pet, yeah.
Our pets were literally dogs that we would kind of see down the street and feed them once in a while, you know, throw a little milk out there for them. But I was able to make it through high school, my college education, Bible school, a bunch of stuff because of individuals that rallied around me
Gotcha. Good crowd.
in the community, just people that showed love.
Who was that role model?
Just different people from coaches,
Few of them,
and,
gotcha.
and all of them were coaches too.
Nice.
That my wrestling shoes that I wore from freshman year to senior year were used and they were gifted to me. And by the end of my senior year, those shoes were tattered up. But this still holds like a special moment when I got these shoes given to me because I wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Right.
So like all these different adults that just, and that's what we're so giving here at APE Recovery as well. Like we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't like to
Brag
talk about it, but
yeah,
like there is such a blessing to self and to others when you give.
sure.
Like, giving, man, it's so good. Even with what you're doing, taking from your time, investing, and saying, well, you know, what if only 50 or 100 or 150 people listen to it?
Or one
Oh,
person
that's
makes a difference, right?
100%,
That's
man.
all it takes, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you said you have NFL guys coming in here
100%.
from what team? Cardinals.
Well, retired Cardinal players have come in here. DJ Davison, he's an active player for the NFL Giants,
Yep.
the New York Giants. D tackle. Isaac Keys, he was retired, played for the Cardinals. He's actually an actor now.
Is he?
He's a big time. I've never seen the show.
Yep.
Sorry, Isaac, but Power.
Oh, I don't know.
The show
Yeah.
Power. It's like
Yeah.
a big HBO
Is
show.
it? Yeah.
He's one of the lead guys on there.
He lives in Arizona.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. A lot of UFC guys. I'm a big UFC fan, so when I see these guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just saw you beat somebody up. Now you're here.
And
Don't
they're all
beat me
coming.
up.
They're coming in here.
Yeah, they're coming here during recovery. They add this to their athletic journeys.
That's awesome, man. That's really.
But we also serve a lot of non-athletes. We have a lot of guys from Phoenix PD, Goodyear PD, Avondale PD, fire department, first responders. I love working with them as well, man.
I bet.
Those people give so much. Like, yeah.
I bet. It's a great thing you're doing, man. I appreciate your time. I'm gonna cut this camera and we're gonna do a little tour through the place so you guys can see what's he's got going on here. So appreciate you guys. Be fucking bold. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, man.
Perfect.
Appreciate you.